If we speak up, we can stop these things from happening and help people like me who is missing a loved one find them.
Tonight, the renewed search for a Denver area mother who has now been missing for weeks.
The fighting continues, the resistance continues, and people die every day.
1 year after Russia invaded Ukraine, Ukrainians here in Colorado say the work is far from over.
When we're asked to fit into one category, that's when it becomes very difficult for us.
It can be really tough for multiracial families to find a community. A new app made by young people is hoping to change that. The search for a missing mother from Denver ramped up today. Family members were out on foot this morning looking for Miranda Connor in the place that she was last seen more than 3 weeks ago now. The 30-year-old mother's been missing since February 3rd, and today loved ones were looking in the Federal Heights area, the place she was last seen, West 85th Avenue, North Pecos Street. They put up posters, handed out flyers, even had search dogs out there looking for Miranda's scent. Initially, police had believed Miranda was last seen in her Green Valley Ranch neighborhood, but this week they actually updated it and saying, no, they're now looking in the Federal Heights area. Miranda's mother, who lives in Arizona, says she last talked to Miranda the day before she went missing, which again was Friday, February 3rd. Her mom says Miranda would never leave her kids.
I'm worried. It's been 3 weeks, so I mean, I'm hoping either way it goes, good, bad, or ugly, that we just get some kind of resolution so that my grandkids can have closure and the rest of her family can.
Miranda's mom hopes that neighbors around where she was last seen might have some Ring camera video that would show her whereabouts. She's looking for any clue that could lead her to her daughter. If you know anything, please call Crime Stoppers. A company that runs medical helicopters in Colorado is now grounded after a helicopter crash in Nevada killed 5 people. This happened last night near Stagecoach, Nevada, about 30 minutes from Carson City. Guardian Flight, that's the company, says the helicopter went off radar and all 5 people on board were killed. That included a pilot, flight nurse, flight paramedic, plus a patient and a patient's family member. Guardian says all their flights are now standing down as part of their safety process in these situations. This week marks 1 year since Russia invaded Ukraine, and today the group Ukrainians of Colorado hosted a rally at the state capitol to honor the people who have died since the invasion and to show their solidarity with Ukraine.
Exactly 1 year ago, I was standing here thinking whether the war would last for 3 days or 3 months maybe, and we don't still have an answer to that in 1 year after the war. It may last for another 3 months or 3 years. I think it's just very important to keep up our support here and in Ukraine.
And Andriy says he wants people to know that the work to help Ukraine is still going on and that any help from Coloradans is appreciated. Tonight, the Ukrainians of Colorado are joining Thin Man Tavern in raising some money for Ukraine through a food fundraising event. The owner will be cooking a Ukrainian traditional meal, and that runs until 11:45 tonight. When the war started, Coloradans mobilized to help people out in Ukraine. These efforts are still going on a year later. For example, this folks, at the beginning, John McFarland had made hundreds of yard flags with proceeds going to help folks in Ukraine. Between 750 and 800 yard signs are now posted around Denver, and he and his son have created an online shop selling their posters and their shirts to help raise money.
Anywhere around the U.S., anybody that likes to contribute to their cause, they can purchase some of this stuff, wear it proudly, and know that they've done something good.
I'm proud to be part of that.
Long Table Brewhouse in North Park Hill will be creating 3 different beers to support people in Ukraine. They're planning a bottle release next month for their latest Ukrainian brew. For multiracial teenagers, figuring out who you are and where you can fit in can be really tough, especially when everyone else is trying to decide what racial or ethnic category to put you in. 9 News reporter Courtney Yoon shows us a new app now coming called Samara Rise, and it's meant to help support multiracial teenagers on their identity development journey.
I can be all parts of me at once.
A sense of belonging is a crucial part of any growing child's life.
As a mixed individual, you're trying to figure out, like, do I fit in this here? Do I fit here? Where do I belong?
But for many mixed and multiracial teens, feeling lost is common, which can lead to poor mental health, depression, and anxiety.
So this is Samara Rise, that was created for teens by teens.
Jalea Alexander is the director of the Youth Advisory Council for a new app called Samara Rise.
And what we're trying to do is create a community that is supportive, have positive affirmations, creative prompts.
It's an app she wishes she had growing up as a multiracial person.
Because I know back in my day, it was only sister, and that was it.
Jalea leads the Youth Advisory Council,
The creative prompt is, what does it feel like to be multiracial or mixed?
which is a group of 5 multicultural teens who've been working on the app since 2021.
So one of the individuals, her name is Sadie, just saying how she has grown over the past few years.
Before, I felt like other people's perceptions of me really dictated how I viewed my own identity.
16-year-old Sadie Jackson says working on this app has helped her feel empowered by her own unique identity.
And it was difficult to find out ways to embrace myself when people already labeled what I am and what I should be.
She hopes this app will help other teens with a similar story while creating a safe space where mixed kids can express themselves fully without judgment.
Nobody else gets to dictate how you view yourself and how your identity should be shaped.
Courtney Yoon,
My identity is my superpower.
9 News.
Samara Rise will be a free app for teenagers, and it's expected to be available sometime in the next month on Apple devices. The same developers already have an app out for parents of multiracial kids. That's called Just Samara. Let's take a live look outside our station here at 9 News, Spear and Logan. It was a really beautiful day. I think Chris Bianchi described it as perfect running weather.
Indeed.
Yeah?
I mean, this is one of the, Jenny, I mean, it was so lovely outside today. Mid-50s, near 60 degrees, lots of sunshine. To me, this is just what makes Colorado winters so special and so unique. It was minus 26 wind chill 2 mornings ago, now in the mid to upper 50s for today. Unfortunately, though, this really nice weather not going to last, although those mild temperatures do stick around for your day on your Sunday and into your Monday. This is a look outside at Fort Collins, where it is still just magnificent outside. Get outside and get that stroll in. It will cool on down, of course, later on this evening. Observed highs for today. Everything you're looking at here across most of the state, about 10 degrees above our seasonal average. And look at that, in southeast Colorado, nearly 70 degrees for friends in Baca County out there in Springfield. HD Doppler radar, it is quiet on this Saturday evening, but that's going to change as we get into your day tomorrow. Our next storm system approaches from the west. That will lead to some mountain snowfall first for our friends in the San Juans, as well as on north into the West Elks and the Sawatch Mountain ranges. And then watch as we head through the day on your Sunday. Watch out ski traffic. It does look like we're going to be looking at some bursts of snow, and this will be accompanied by some pretty strong winds as well. Denver area, chance for a light rain shower tomorrow afternoon. Should not be a big deal. But what will be a bigger deal, you're looking at it, winds into the foothills, high wind watch for tomorrow night, and also for southeast Colorado, high wind warning for winds that could gust up to 70 miles an hour. And there's a look at some of those winds. Watch they pick up through the day and tomorrow night. I'll have details on how strong these winds will get and when they will relax, and our next chance for snow. You guessed it, it's coming up on Wednesday. I'll have details on that coming up in my full forecast.
Always Wednesday.
It is.
All right. Thank you, Chris. So he was a key member of the Stanley Cup winning Avalanche team, and for the first time since he left in free agency this summer, Nazem Kadri's coming back to Denver.
Yes,
Jacob
he
joins
is.
us now with a look at this game tonight.
Yeah, this guy was really important for the Avs in their cup run last season. Yeah, he was. 28 goals, 59 assists, so many big moments in the playoffs last year. Nazem was such a popular Av, and for the first time since Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Finals, he's back at Ball Arena tonight as the Avs host the Calgary Flames. Naz was out there at morning skate today, and it was the first time he got to see the Avs championship banner in person, so he made sure to take it all in. He talked about that moment after morning skate. Take a listen.
Oh yeah, it's special. It's surreal, really. That think that's going to be hanging there forever, and it's a special moment. I mean, that's kind of when the realization I think set in. Just seeing that banner hang. So some unforgettable moments, and met some great people, and it's a place I'll never forget.
The Avs were busy this morning. They made a trade. They sent forward Shane Bowers to the Boston Bruins in exchange for goaltender Keith Kincaid. Kincaid will report to the Colorado Eagles. This was a depth move with Pavel Francouz still injured. Kincaid was playing in the AHL this season and played 1 NHL game with the Bruins. The 21st ranked Buffs made it look easy today in their regular season finale. They beat up on Cal 95-69. And how about Aronette Vonleh? Career-high 25 points on 11 of 14 shooting from the field. The Pac-12 tournament starts on Wednesday. The Buffs are a 3 seed and will play the winner of Oregon State and USC. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get to the championship game, maybe get a little rematch with Stanford. They lost in double overtime a couple days ago. So come on, give us that third game, Stanford and CU.
Would love to see it.
Yeah.
All right, Jacob, thank you. We'll see you a little bit later in the show. We know it was a nice day outside, but was it nice enough to run around in your underwear? If you're into that, I suppose. Don't worry, this was for a good reason.